I used to be somebody. I used to solve problems. I used to solve people. And then I turned to drink, until that fateful day aboard the Murder Express. Cup of cold whiskey in my hand. But okay, I may have been drinking that day too. I always have to press A to drink. It's been a curse my whole life. A curse and a blessing. Disorient on the Murder Express. Act 1. Scene 1. 15 years to the day. And I always press X to politely interact. Because that's the only way to interact with people, innit? 15 years to the day. That's how long I've been doing this job. I don't know what I'd do without it. I'm good at it too. I got drinks that'll make you feel good, bad, happy, sad. I even have drinks that'll make you sleep forever. I'm joking. I'm funny like that. If you want any special concoction mixed, I'm your guy. I looked at the barman and decided I'd take him up on his offer. I'd like some of that nice blue stuff you got there. Add some of the red. Excellent choice, sir. Oh, that looks lovely, doesn't it? What a nice drink. Scene 2. Letter of the law. Where'd Mr. Barman go? Oh, hello. Who are you? Enjoy these trains while they last, pal. They won't be around much longer. They're unsafe, see? There's laws against that these days, and I'm the lavish lawyer that's taken on the case. Unfortunately, circumstances dictate that I must travel aboard this monstrosity in order to deliver some very stealable legal bonds to a client. The irony will be the death of me. Yeah, it probably will, mate. Probably will. For that kind of treasure. Oh, barman, no, oh, fancy hat, man. Since you're my new favourite drinking pal, let me share a little secret with you. I'm a professional con man. I take you for everything you own, but you haven't a single thing I want. Or anything for that matter. Besides, there's a much better mark on this train with a briefcase full of legal loot. I'd stab a man in the back for that kind of treasure. Oh, would you now? You'd stab a man in the back. Commonality is key. Ah, lady with the pearls. Hello, lady with the pearls. Another commoner aboard. I thought my father paid first class so I wouldn't have to associate with your kind. Allow me to cordially request that you stay as far away from me as possible and keep your hands to yourself. This goes for the bespectacled man too. The briefcase can't hide that he grew up on little more than 2 acres of land. I can smell the relative poverty all over him. Well, you seem in a huff. Act 2. Still at the bar, I heard the following noises. A rabbit yell, a hot-pitched scream, a pause, another rabbit yell, a panicked grunt, and then some shuffling. All very suspicious. Very suspicious. I set off, taking another sip from my drink, talking to the bar. That couldn't have been me. I was right here with you when it happened, doing the job I love so much. Did I ever mention to you how much I love my job? 15 years to the day. That's how long I've been doing this. You did mention that. You did. What's this pinky, purpley stuff? Catera liquids. Poisonosine. May cause irritable skin, slight bloating, erratic and incredibly violent behaviour, elbow discomfort, and irreversible sudden death. Do not ingest. In fact, don't do anything with it. It's incredibly dangerous. We have no idea why it's sold as a packaged product. Store in a cool, dry environment. Well, it seems to me that you wouldn't want something like that on a bar. I'm not a health and safety official. Never have been. Just don't think you should have that sort of thing there. Oh God. He's dead. The lawyer man's dead. Yeah, him. He's dead. Oh, and there's that pinky. There's 3 plates and 2 of the cutlery sets. They're not all there. And the one that has got a knife and fork, there's that pinky, purplish liquidy stuff. Yeah, it looks like that poisonous scene, and he's dead and all. I reckon that killed him, didn't it? Hey, he's got a fork right in his eye socket, and a knife in his spine, and he's got a pearl necklace in his hand. Oh, and his briefcase is all empty. Oh, he has had an awful day by all accounts, hasn't he? Oh, a love note, eh? Dear beautiful woman, you are beautiful, and so are your expensive-looking pearls. But I can offer you more than mere wealth. I can offer you adventure. Join me and my new friend for dinner tonight. I intend to rob him blind. He has something I want, and I want to share it with you. Love from some fake, made-up name. That sounds like a con man's note. Don't you think, dear watchers? And what about you, Red Lady? Was that grisly murder I just overheard? How typically common. My absurd quantity of wealth would be on the man wearing the black hat. He's a common thief. He must have stolen my expensive-looking pearls, then murdered the man with the briefcase for some reason. Not that I know anything about what happened, of course. Yeah, of course, lady. Well, everyone's guilty until proven innocent. That's the right way around, isn't it? Yeah, you. And now, Mr. Connie Man here, man, what do you have here on the table? Some legal bonds. Some valuable legal bonds that look very stealable and look very stolen. Who could have stolen them? I don't know. Discrimination. That's what this is. You're only questioning me because I'm known criminal. It's unethical. Just because I'm a dashing thief, that doesn't make me a dashing murderer. Speaking of which, the pile of extraordinarily valuable legal bonds on the table are mine, and they're not in any way connected to the gruesome murder that happened just now. No? Well, I'm not sure I believe any of your stories. I'm going back to my cabin. Oh no, wait. Free bar. Why am I going to my cabin? Away! Oh. Sorry, dead man. Oh, that fire sure looks cozy. My drink never seems to run out. I think we're going to begin the accusing. Act 3. It's been a long time. I slip back into character. I'm somebody again. I go over my stage directions, connect the clues, just that, mix some drinks. And you gotta do a little show of it, you're at pacing point, don't you? And then when I'm finished, I'll make that nice final line into the fire. I've gathered you here this evening because, as you're all aware, there's been a homicide on this train. The isolated nature of this particular crime signifies that one or more person in this room is liable for this violent misdeed. Through the theatrical feat of connecting the clues, I intend to reveal the who, why, and how. I'll have a little drink first. Let's see what we have over here. We have legal bonds, and we have a conman. In the room of the charismatic conman, I found a pile of incredibly valuable legal bonds. I don't for a moment believe that these invaluable legal bonds are property of the conman. I assert that they were stolen by him. What do you think of that? And there's this love note as well, which is probably from you. I found a note in the room of the lady with no pearls, formerly known as the lady with pearls. It was from a man, using a fake, made-up name, and it was addressed to a woman of apparent beauty. The note extends an invitation to dinner with a third party, a life of adventure and thievery. I believe this note was sent by none other than the con man, despite the fact that he signed with some fake, made-up name. The note depicts that the victim has something I want. I regard that these invaluable legal bonds are what this is referring to. And there's a dead man, and there's a love note. And I am of the opinion that the third party at the dinner party, mentioned in this note, is the victim. The note's author describes him as his new friend that he intends to rob blind. This indicates the deceased was in possession of something the writer of this note wanted very badly. Excellent deduction by me. Now I'm certain that these incredibly valuable legal bonds were the original contents of the now departed's, now hollow briefcase. I'm getting back into the swing, Master Detective. The conman's greed was his motive. The recently deceased had something of great value in that briefcase, and during our short drinking session, the conman implied that he wasn't above a spot of backstabbing to acquire it. Upon inspection of the cadaver's briefcase, I found it both open and empty, suggesting the conman was successful. The knife in the back was simply poetic irony. Poetic indeed, much like the works of Byron, who I know so well. And you, lady, love note. I found it within your room. It could not have been meant for anyone but the lady herself. Women are incredibly underrepresented on this locomotive, and the note even details her pearls and assumed wealth. And you and the legal bonds are connectors. I'm certain, but I'm quite incredibly inebriated. I like that my drink never ends, and I surmise that there is evidence that indicates that the con man and the lady were together and present at the moment of the murder. And yeah, the lady's motive was rooted in her unforgiving classism. Upon our first meeting, she informed my common self that she would enact wrath upon me if I didn't keep my distance, and indicated the same sentiment applied to our now dead travel companion. The lady's pearls found in his mild deceased hands is evidence to support this. You see, they weren't cold, because he hadn't been long dead. And what about you, Mr. Barman? In the victim's room, there were 3 plates upon the table, with a knife and fork on one plate, only a knife on the second, and only a fork on the third. There was also the residue of a lightish, pinkish, purplish concoction on the plate, with a full set of cutlery, which was quite intriguing. I found this container of poisonosine, a poison most deadly. It's a lightish, pinkish, purplish substance known to cause erratic and violent behaviour, followed by death, like the man on the floor, who is now dead. I believe that the lightish, pinkish, purplish residue found upon this plate is indeed poisonosine, though I wouldn't recommend anyone try too hard to prove me wrong. I believe it was placed there deliberately with the intention to kill, and the man is dead. And I think that the number of plates found within the room imply either multiple dinner guests or substantially increased appetite. The contents of this note implied that the lady had motive to be present at that table. And the conman. It stands to reason that the conman was in the room at the time of the crime, eating with our victim. I believe he is responsible for one of the pieces of cutlery absent from the plates. And I believe that the lady was present at the table when the murder occurred. I believe that the other missing eating utensil is hers. Summing up, I think all 3 of them were there. It seems that the victim, shortly before death, ate from one of these plates. It also seems that the 2 pieces of AWOL silverware are accounted for by the victim. A fork in his right eye socket and a knife in his spine. How painful. It is my understanding that as the only employee of this train present, the barman is responsible for catering and thus delivered those plates of food to the victim. A poisonicine was found open on the bar shortly after the murder. The very same bar that the barman is employed to maintain. This is a task he takes very seriously, as he told me himself far too many times during my short 6 hours of drinking. The barman's motivation for the grisly murder of this lawyer is incredibly clear. Through the letter of the law, the victim intended to have this very train and others like it decommissioned. This would have cost the barman a job, which he evidently adores. He does love his job, the barman. Yet I'm not sure why he's connected to the lady. They are both on the train. That is the connection. I stand before you and I think that I have come to a conclusion based on the evidence before me. I have taken it all in my head and swirled it around, and it is all congealed into a lovely mess that makes some sense to me. Now, looking back on it, I shall declare my findings, and so I can only come to the conclusion that you are all guilty of this murder, despite not conspiring collectively over the crime. Separately, you acted out of fear, greed, and a sense of disgust towards those less financially fortunate than you. How did I do? Oh well, shit. Thank you everyone for watching. I've been Ed Quarters, and this has been Murder on the Disorient Express by Gary J. Kings. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.